I'd like to apologize for taking so long to make this video. You might remember from from a previous video that the court case was due for the 15th of this month, 15th of March. Well, it came up then and it's been put off to the 29th of this month. So that gives me about 6 days. I got myself a lawyer, Angus MacDonald, Ramsay MacDonald, or Angus of Alich, as he's often called. The nearest thing Stornoway has to a celebrity lawyer. He has advised that if I could come up with an excuse for not wearing a mask, then it might be some kind of defense. But that sounds to me like going down the route of compliance in the way, like, what is it they say, being exempt. Some people are exempt, for instance, and some people have got themselves an exemption for whatever reason they might have. But that's just going with the flow. That's not making the point. And the point I'm trying to make here in this whole affair is that it's wrong. That the law or the government does not have the right to force anybody to wear any item of clothing or things like that that they don't want to wear. The government has no right to force us to make us do anything that we don't want to do, within reason. I mean, if the government are going to claim that they have a reason to mandate something along the lines of face masks and things like that, whereby they are invading your bodily autonomy, something they ordinarily have no right whatsoever to do, well, they'd better have some hard facts to back that up. But what do they have in this situation? Nothing. Talk, empty talk, dogma. The Roman Catholics used to do this when in the olden days, long ago, when they were in power, leading up to the Reformation. They just merely enforced their dogma. And burnt you at the stake if you refused to recant your opinions. You were a heretic. So we have a similar situation here. I'm a heretic because I refuse to wear a mask. And I argue that there is no science behind the mandate, behind the requirement to support this so-called law. Augustine, in the 4th century, famously said, an unjust law, is no law at all. And what makes an unjust law? Well, in this situation, this requirement is clearly unjust because it has no science behind it. Just dogma, just an opinion. And opinions don't cut the mustard. They never did. Opinions are fine for having, but that's where they stop. Everybody has them. There's no such thing as a person without opinions, and that's fine. Much of life is about that. But no man has the right to make another man toe his line just because he thinks he's right. It doesn't matter how right you think you are. It doesn't matter how passionate you are. It doesn't matter how fervently you believe something. You have no right to invade another man's autonomy, another man's castle, you might say, and start rearranging his furniture, or even taking it away, removing it, or breaking it up, filling a van with his stuff. Because it is a form of theft. It may not be material theft, but it's as bad as physical theft. If you're going to steal someone's rights, if you're going to seek to remove someone's rights, because by their very nature, rights cannot be removed. So, my argument, to sum it up, is just that I have the right to go about my business unmolested, without harassment. The law, Scottish law itself, Scots law, states that it is illegal to harass anyone over their beliefs. The government has no right. Tesco has no right. The police have no right to harass me over my beliefs. Feel free to comment. Tell me what you think.